From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Wednesday, April the 21st. Time now for a farm life with a farm wife. It's brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, Mark Hoppe Agency, 477 Chicago Drive in Holland. Call Mark now for a quote at 396-5728. That's 396-5728. Every first and third Wednesday of the month, we are joined by author and blogger Diane Loew. She joins us from her Hudsonville farm. Diane, good morning and welcome back to WHTC.
Good morning. How are you?
We are well, and we are going to continue a discussion we sort of left off a couple of weeks ago with a family America got to know through what still should be considered the Learning Channel. Yes, I know they don't want to use those full terms now, but
probably wouldn't fit a whole lot anyway. So.
No, that is far different nowadays, but we are going to meet the Putmans again. And Diane, I'm going to leave the proceedings up to you.
Well, last week you said you had a few questions that you wanted to ask her. So why don't you go ahead and ask her the questions that you were thinking about, and then we'll go from there.
Barb Putman, good morning and welcome back to WHTC. My first question to you, or really the big question I have, is dealing with having camera people, sound people, maybe a little bit more during the TLC days and maybe now with the YouTube, but just having basically your life open. It's almost as if you got the windows open in your house 24/7 and people can look in. And sometimes you just don't want that to happen. How do you and your family adjust to that situation?
You know, it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. When we had TLC here, there was like 30 plus people. And you just had to make sure that if you were going to the bathroom or anything, that your mic was off. But it hurt your stomach growl, the sound people, but it wasn't that bad. Everybody learned. It took about 2 weeks to get into the groove of things, and everybody learned everybody's respectful positions as far as, you know, what to say and what not to say. And I was one that couldn't go on camera, couldn't talk in front of people. But after that, it just goes with the flow. And I could be being filmed right now and wouldn't even know it, because the camera people can zoom in so close to you and tune everything out around you. It wasn't that bad.
The other thing is, and there have been other shows about large families that have been documented very well
Yes.
by the virtual reality programs and the live programs. Have you done any, shall we say, note swapping with some of these other families that have done that, saying, hey, what did you do? Or, you know, this is what happened to us. You sort of compare notes, or, hey, we're just doing our show and we're not going to worry about the 18 on one side or the John and Kate plus 8 and the other type of large family shows we've seen on reality TV.
Right. No, we just keep to ourselves as far as what we do, because ours is not scripted. Ours is totally reality. I mean, and the things that we do and the things that we say, it's just how life rolls. That was the issue with TLC. They wanted to get a little bit more drama in there, and we're not drama-filled people. If you have an issue, you get it on, get it off. It's not something that you turn tables and smack people around, and it's just it's our own reality. You know, it's not anything scripted, and we just go with what we go with.
One other question, Diane, then I'll throw it back to you.
Okay.
Faith and putting your faith out in the public. Sometimes it is well received. I probably in these quarters here probably be well received in this part of the country. Others would be offended, but also it would lead to, hey, you know, we're upfront with what we do and what we say, but it also makes us a target for the adversary. Do you feel sometimes that you've got to watch out for, the slings and arrows of the adversary because if you go down, other people can follow, and the devil likes to work on high profile people. That's why pastors are very much targeted. People's in political offices, especially those faith believed, are certainly topics. Have you felt that as well, Barb?
Oh, most definitely. The thing of it is you got to keep God first. And he was persecuted and not well received by many. And we have been chastised for what we believe sometimes, who we vote for, what we say, what we do. As my husband says, we're godly people, not religious people. And so, I can they say, what church do you belong to? We belong to the Church of God. God is I can worship with a Baptist, a Nazarene, a Catholic, whatever. The thing of it is just because I do something, I'm not chastising you for what you believe and what you say. So, that's been difficult at times, but we stay grounded, keep God first, and that's what's important.
I certainly agree about that. Diane, we have a couple of minutes left. I know you probably have a couple of questions on your end.
Sure. You want to introduce who you got there with you, Barb?
Well, I have Izzy, who is Billy and Jen's oldest. She's our oldest granddaughter by 1 minute because she has a twin sister. And this is Mercy. She is Blake and Megan's oldest.
Okay. I just watched, last week, Friday, when your new episode came out, I watched the whole antiquing thing. That was such a fun program. Let's get in what you're doing now on TLC so people can find you there. What is it called? What time does it come on? And how many more you got in the can? Do you know?
I think we're going to go through to the end of May and then take a couple, maybe 5-6 weeks off, and then pick up back in July or August. I'm not exactly sure, but this week's coming up. We went to Florida a couple of weeks ago and we had a fishing competition with some friends of ours on 2 big boats. So that's what's coming up this Friday. It's called Growing Up Putman on YouTube, and it's Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join us. It's a lot of fun, and there's always a story that goes with it. Bill's very good as far as morals. And, I get choked up because like last week's episode, when you're living it, you don't really realize everything that's going on. And when you sit there and you realize how proud you are of the lessons that he's giving, and, the kids are so well received with it, it's pretty awesome.
Well, and I just have to tell everybody I've spent time with the family more than once. We even got a sleepover there with them, which was so much fun. And what you see is what you get. I mean, this is real. I mean, the craziness is real. The weirdness is real. It's all real. And I've just fallen in love with the family. Barb and I chat almost every day and send goofy pictures back and forth. And it's a good time, and it's a great thing for your family to watch because you're seeing a family interact and have fun and get along and have challenges and things like that. So I hope everybody has a chance. One last question. Any talk of any major network picking you up? Have you had any more conversations?
I was pretty proud because they said that it usually takes a year to get established. Well, if you'll notice, coming up last week, there was advertisements. So you have to have over 4,000 hours of people watching you, which we've already met. And so we're getting the $2 check.
Wow.
Yeah.
Save it and it'll go out.
Yeah. So I don't know. We haven't talked to any networks, but there are some old people back from the day a couple years ago that have reached out to us. So who knows what's going to happen.
All right. Well, meet the Putmans on YouTube. Everybody needs
Growing Up Putman.
Oh, that's right. You changed it. Growing Up Putmans. Yes. Yep. Everybody tune in.
Friday night, 6 o'clock Eastern time, which of course is our time here in Holland. Diane Loew, thank you very much as always. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Barb Putman, thank you very much for letting us having a glimpse into your family over the last couple of segments with Diane. Wish you well with the venture. And A Farm Life with a Farm Wife. Diane Loew is presented by Farm Bureau Insurance, Markup Agency, 477 Chicago Drive in Howland. Call Mark now for a quote at 396-5728, 396-5728.